hold music. You want to avoid it, and so do your customers. So say goodbye to hold music and hello to faster, smarter support with Salesforce. Make service more personal and agents more productive using built-in trusted AI. Then watch costs and wait times drop and satisfaction soar. Support customers in a whole new way with Service GPT. Learn how at salesforce.com/servicegpt.
Another Bite, hosted by John Dick, Jory Monroe, and Ariel Boswell, is brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. Each week, they break down episodes of everyone's favorite business television show, Shark Tank, offering their own unique thoughts, spin-off companies, critiques, and even talk with some of the folks who pitched to the sharks and live to tell the tale. From squatty potties to mensch on a bench, and even that weird golf club you use as a toilet, Another Bite takes a fresh look at some of your favorite episodes, and even more importantly, answers what these entrepreneurs are up to now. It's an amazing show for getting a more in-depth look at how businesses are built. And no matter where you are in your journey of work or business ownership, you can be sure you'll walk away with a fresh perspective. So listen to Another Bite wherever you get your podcasts. This is Optimal Work Daily, episode 1137, How to Manage a Remote Team, and the number one time management question to ask yourself, both by Julie Morgenstern of juliemorgenstern.com. And I'm Dan. I'm your host here at OWD, where I read to you from some great business and entrepreneurship blogs in usually about 10 minutes or less. And sometimes we pick articles that are even shorter than that, and when that happens, like today, I do 2 in one day. So that's what we're going to do today as we hear twice from Julie Morgenstern and optimize your life. How to Manage a Remote Team by Julie Morgenstern of juliemorgenstern.com. In the old days, when leaders got involved with how their people worked, they were deemed micromanagers, the worst name in the book. But today, being an involved leader is essential to harnessing talent, particularly when managing a remote workforce. Lack of visibility can cause anxiety and uncertainty for both managers and their direct reports, leading to overwork, wasted time, and missed opportunities. Today's leaders are being challenged to take the reins to direct their employees while putting up the guardrails that will enable the company to thrive. Though these guidelines are not entirely unique to managing a remote workforce, they do provide a useful framework for today's leaders who have been thrust unexpectedly into the world of remote management. 1. Make priorities and expectations explicitly clear. When you can't see what your employees are working on and how they're going about getting the job done, you need to be able to trust your team. By aligning on a clear set of priorities and expectations, you allow your employees the opportunity to prove that they can deliver. Moreover, you give your employees the gift of knowing exactly what their role and responsibilities are, which allows them to know when they can rest satisfied in a job well done. 2. Go full steam ahead on proactive projects. In today's interruption-rich working environments, the average employee is productive for just 3 hours out of a standard 8-hour day. Meanwhile, according to a Stanford University study, employees who work from home are 13% more productive than their office worker counterparts. Extrapolating from this data, it's safe to assume that your remote employees have a whole lot more time on their hands, and they need direction on how to use it. Now is the time to get ahead on those proactive, deep thinking projects that have been sitting on the back burner. Have each of your employees generate a list of projects they'd like to work on and review them together, individually or as a team, to prioritize and strategize the assignments. Make sure to schedule weekly check-ins to review what work has been completed, uncover and problem-solve roadblocks, and map out next steps. This framework ensures that the work continues moving steadily forward in the right direction. 3. Structure a group work schedule to synchronize workflow. There's likely no need to reinvent the wheel here. Simply following your traditional office hours is the easiest way to provide structure to the day while ensuring that your team is able to synchronize their workflow, schedule meetings, and collaborate on major projects. If it's not possible for everyone in the company or everyone on your team to follow the same set of hours, it's imperative that you structure regular blocks of time for overlapping and coordinating work, and/or set specific company-wide or whole team meetings to ensure that everyone stays up to date on evolving projects and priorities. And 4, ensure that employees maintain a healthy work-life balance. The quality of our time off has a direct impact on the quality of our work. But when circumstances necessitate that we live and work in the same place, it can be hard to find the time and space to relax. As a leader, you must be cognizant of and actively encourage your employees to maintain a healthy work-life balance when working from home. When we work from home, it can be all too easy to extend our work hours and allow work to bleed into our evenings and weekends. To combat this, encourage your employees to reinvest the time they previously spent commuting, as much as 30 minutes to 2 hours per day, into personal wellness activities like exercise, hobbies, and time with family. To reinforce the message, make a point of asking what others are doing for fun in your weekly meetings. With less face time, leaders must take a more active role in structuring the way their teams work. Managers can effectively prevent burnout, miscommunication, bottlenecks, and mistakes before they occur. Driving business growth while safeguarding the longevity of your team is about the greatest win-win your employees or your company could ask for. The number one time management question to ask yourself, by Julie Morgenstern of juliemorgenstern.com. Open up your current to-do list and take a look at it. How many of your tasks have a time estimate next to them? If you're like the majority of people, probably none. When writing out to-do lists, most of us only ask ourselves one question: what do I need to do? And not how long will I need to do it? This approach usually results in an intimidating list that goes on for 3, 4, even 5 pages. Register car, do taxes, update resume, paint the bathroom, call Aunt Ethel, buy groceries, do the laundry, etc., etc. In looking at the list, you may ponder how you feel about each task. I like this one. I think I'll do that today. I dread that one. Maybe tomorrow. But you probably don't consider how long it will take. You are approaching your tasks qualitatively, not quantitatively. Yet the difference between good and bad time managers pivots on the asking of this critical question: how long will it take? Good time managers calculate how long things take and build the time they need into their schedules. I'll need a full 2 hours to write this report. Better do it first thing Monday morning before my 11:30 a.m. meeting with the board. Or perhaps your afternoon meeting is canceled and you suddenly have 30 minutes to spare. Having already calculated that it'll take you approximately half an hour to read and respond to your client's recent proposal, you can turn your attention to the task at hand rather than mindlessly responding to emails, or worse yet, wasting the time trying to decide on which of your many to-dos you could be working on. Rest assured, people who are good at estimating how long things take aren't born with magical powers, though they may be more mathematically inclined. In fact, once you understand the concept, it's a simple skill that anyone with a calculator and timer can master. For example, my brother Steve is one of the best time managers I know. He got through his demanding medical school studies by using extremely impressive calculating skills. At the beginning of each semester, he'd figure out how many pages he had to read for each course. Then he'd calculate, it takes me an hour to read, highlight, and study 10 pages. I've got 6 500-page textbooks to read this semester. That's a total of 3,000 pages to read. At 10 pages per hour, I'll need 300 hours to get through it all. With 12 weeks in the semester, that means I need to read 5 hours a night if I want to take weekends off. Perhaps this seems like it's going overboard, but imagine how relaxed Steve felt knowing that as long as he studied 50 pages a night, he'd make his goal. If he missed a night, he had enough wiggle room to make up for it on another night or over the weekend. By breaking the project down into a series of manageable steps, the task no longer loomed so massively over his head. No pressure, less stress, no surprises. Estimating how long things take is a skill anyone can master. It may take you 2 weeks of practice to get the hang of it, but you can, without a doubt, learn this critical skill. With it, you unlock the ability to maximize your productivity and efficiency, using time to your advantage to get more done each day. It all starts with asking yourself a simple question: how long is this going to take? You just listened to the posts titled How to Manage a Remote Team and the number one time management question to ask yourself, both by Julie Morgenstern of juliemorgenstern.com. Thank you to HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh handles all the meal planning and shopping to deliver everything you need to cook up a tasty meal right at home. They do the hard part, and you get to take the credit. A new season calls for new meals, and HelloFresh has a fresh fall lineup of delicious dinners and more to choose from. Take your pick from 40 weekly recipes that suit your lifestyle, from veggie to family-friendly to fit and wholesome. And my favorite part? HelloFresh is actually significantly less expensive than both takeout and grocery shopping. So HelloFresh has managed to save me time, health, and a little moolah. So go to HelloFresh.com/50OWD and use the code 50OWD for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. Go to HelloFresh.com/50OWD and use code 50OWD for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. Your business was humming. Was. Now teams are buried in manual work, taking forever to close the books. Consider 3 numbers: 36,000, 25, 1. 36,000. That's the number of businesses which have upgraded to NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system, streamlining accounting, financial management, inventory, HR, and more. 25. NetSuite turns 25 this year. That's 25 years of helping businesses do more with less. 1. Because your business is one of a kind, so you get a customized solution for all of your KPIs in one efficient system with one source of truth. NetSuite is giving you the power of having all your information in one place, helping you to make better, more driven decisions as a business owner. Right now, download NetSuite's popular KPI checklist, designed to give you consistently excellent performance, absolutely free at netsuite.com/startup. That's netsuite.com/startup to get your own KPI checklist. netsuite.com/startup. And thanks to Julie for sharing both of these posts with us today. Julie Morgenstern is an organizing and productivity consultant, New York Times best-selling author, and speaker. For over 25 years now, she's been teaching people all around the world and at all stages of life how to overcome disorganization to achieve their goals. She is the inventor of the inside-out approach to organization and the brain behind their services. And Julie has a bunch more great articles like the ones you heard today, as well as many more features on her website, which is juliemorgenstern.com. So please check that out. And again, a big thank you to Julie for letting us share her work. And that is it for me today. I thank you as always for joining, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.